This one's name is Big Muchacho. This little guy, I'm naming Bruce Lee. Together, they create science. Feast your eyes, friends, on the glorious combination of eBAY 70mm, eBAY 98mm, Junkyard metal, including Ford Diesel and Escalade, used MagnaFlow Evo 10 muffler, all combined to create the beauty that you see before you. What's going on, guys? So the last Jeep video, in my opinion, was complete garbage, complete trash. I rushed it. My head was in 50 other places all at the same time, and I wasn't thinking right. I have a lot of ideas. I'm gonna get to work. I need to run to the junkyard. We found some new heads for the Jeep, so I'm just gonna get to it, and we'll see how far we get. We interrupt this program to address yet another one of my just blunt, blank-headed mistakes. You guys are gonna like this one. So that's starting to look good, in my opinion. Some of the gaps are a little off. This is probably what I'm gonna end up using, but I'm not worried about those gaps because we're gonna heat wrap it. So this turbo is going to come up just a little bit. That'll give me a little more room for the wastegate, and then this will come up a little bit. So I did that kind of by accident, but then I realized I'm probably going to need a little more room for that. This one is about as low as I want it to, and I'd like this to be straight. So by bringing that up, this will be straight. Everything should work out there, right? So you're wondering, what's the flaw? Well, I know there are no flaws anywhere, so I know you're curious. The roll bar is supposed to go right there. So, I did, however, I don't know if this is legal or not. I feel like I've seen it, but I was like, oh, no worries. I'll just cross them. I'll just go diagonal. So, hang with me for a minute. So, something like that. down to the frame back there. We can get a little more aggressive with it. Put it just behind where it was, really. Something like that. And then we do the same thing over here. Something like that. And not gonna happen. So, I don't want to redo that. But, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. So, we basically need this area right here, probably from about here to here, this area-ish. Basically this right here. This needs to go over here or over here. So that's my mistake. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. I think, kind of, like, it doesn't look good, but imagine that all heat wrapped. It's gonna be glorious. I like where it's heading. Okay, I have an idea. This side actually does clear. It's very, very little. So by the time we bring that up, this is gonna hit this bar. Cut a little tiny bit off of this, scoot it in, cut this off, scoot this in, and then just make this go whoop. So that'll be less work there, as long as we can get this clearance here. So this just needs to go over, which is fine. It'll be that much closer to the turbo. And then we basically just need to cut that angle off, and that should work, right? Desperate times call for desperate measures, but I was able to fit almost the entirety of an Escalade exhaust in my Civic. I'll get it out and I'll show you why I did this. Behold, glorious bends, a glorious 2-to-1, another beautiful bend, a bend and a bend. So I really just needed this, but I couldn't get the bolts off. I tried cutting this with a handsaw, that didn't work. Also got that crummy pair of headers. These, I like using these for wastegate dump tubes. This I don't really, maybe I got it for that. I can't really tell you. And there's the other head. So we're good. So I'm gonna unload all this and start working again. So on a very serious side note, I'm very seriously considering turning that Civic into a truck. That's all I'm gonna give you on that. Okay, so here's what we got going on. I like it quite a lot. This car will officially be part Ford now because of that piece and that piece. So that's a huge bummer. Just kidding. So I'm not gonna do these pipes until this is finalized because, as I mentioned, I think in the first video, this bed is coming off. This is just a mock-up bed. So once I actually get everything exactly where it's gonna go, then I'll do these tail pieces, but I don't want something up there to move slightly and then throws this off. I haven't decided. The easiest thing to do, and I don't think it'd look bad, is to just take this and send it straight there and just poke it right out the side, like such. I do like the idea. Okay, so I don't want to do two separate ones in the back for some reason. If I did do something in the back, I want to do one big fat hole centered, and then I want to weld, I don't know what size, probably a little bit bigger than those headers. I want to weld 4 of those in the center of the pipe with one up. Let's see, so one up here, one there, and then side to side. So 4 pipes, but in more of a diamond array than square. That would be a pretty big pain in the butt for 0 performance gains. It'd only be for looks. The idea of just shooting a pipe straight out the side sounds pretty sweet. I don't think it'd look bad at all. It'd be way easy. So this is all pretty close. What I am gonna do, I'm gonna take more of that sheet metal, and I wanted to get these, I'm not gonna put them any lower, but I like that height. So then this way I can just build a little, basically like a firewall that'll come up just above those turbos, and then I'm gonna fold just a little lip that'll probably cover to about here. So that way if anything does grenade, it should, or maybe bring it up a little higher and then have it come up here. But that way it'll protect us from anything happening potentially. And instead of making a giant wall and creating a huge wind dam, it'll serve both purposes. This pipe is probably what I'm gonna use because that angles it nicely to away from the shifter. And then the rest should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so here are the heads that I got. Let me see, let me take this off real quick, hang on. They are ridiculously clean. Very happy about that. They were a pain in the butt to take off because I took these heads off and there's nothing in my way. These were in a Trailblazer and there's definitely less room, so it took a minute to get off. Let me show you the valves too. The valves are pretty sizey. That's, I mean, to give you an indication, that's my finger. Pretty big valve. So that'll, I think that's all that is just these heads flow ridiculously more air than any other one. So as I said in the last video, that I think is the same head casting as the C5Z06 heads, or very similar to it. I think something with the valves is slightly different, but those flow a ton better than these LS1 heads. These are just complete garbage in my opinion. And so this intake manifold, I want it on here because it makes it look cool and good. Apparently this LS1 intake manifold is really restrictive as well. So I'm either gonna try and find a LS2 intake manifold, I think those are the good ones, or a Trailblazer SS manifold. I don't know how much higher that sits up because I do want to put the hood on this thing. So I'm not really sure what route I'm going there, but in any case, that needs to go because it's restrictive. So if we're doing those heads, it'd be pointless to keep that on there. Let's see, what else am I missing? Okay, so this needs to come up just a little bit, and then that actually needs to point up. So I'm gonna save all these little tiny niches and details till the final mock-up, because I am gonna order V-bands. I need to order a T6 flange. I need to order another V-band over there. So I'm gonna wait till I get all that. This is just like, I'm gonna use, 90% of everything that's mocked up. I just need to get the final pieces so I don't actually mock this up, and then I have to change it all. So the next thing that I can do for free is, well, I'm gonna get, okay, so I need to get ARP head studs for those, head gaskets, slap those on, then put the headers back on, and then run the exhaust to that first turbo. So that'd be the next step on this, I think. I'm really excited for those. That was set, so I paid $35 a head. Last time I saw those on Craigslist, they were $450 to $600 depending on the mileage. I have no idea what the mileage is on this Trailblazer, but it was rear-ended, and so obviously it ran. So And that, like I said, they're super duper clean. I mean, oil was clean, like the motor looked like it was taken care of, so I'm pumped on those. So slap those on, slap the headers on, get the exhaust to go back to the turbo, and then so I think I'm gonna mock everything up 110% on this bed. And then once it's all mocked up, I'm gonna take it all off, drill a nice hole instead of whatever I did there, and get everything looking nice and pretty and clean. So luckily I had this, or I have the extra one, so I can butcher this one, do what I need to. The pipe does clear on that side, or the roll bar, and it now clears on this side. So we're looking good, guys. I don't know. Some of you guys didn't want me to run a muffler. This is gonna be really loud. There's nothing separating me from the noise. I don't like obnoxiously loud cars. Well, like, I wanna drive this thing. I don't want it to just be going blah the whole time. So this, I think this is gonna sound actually really, really good. I don't know, I'm pumped. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so that's all I'm doing on that. I'm leaving town this weekend, unfortunately, so I wanted to knock that out. The bug. So I have decided I'm gonna go to the same junkyard where we get our awesome prizes, and I'm just gonna pull a K24 out of an Accord or a CRV or something. We're gonna look through all the vehicles, and sometimes they have the change your next oil at blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna look for mileage indicators. We're gonna find one that was wrecked, you know, on the side or in the rear, so we know the car was running in theory. Kyle made 450, I think he told me, in his MR2 with an Accord, just a junkyard Accord K24. Realistically, like, I'm not about making like 600 horsepower yet. I have no idea what that's definitely going to be capable of a lot. I don't know what I'm doing on that. In the bug, I'm looking for maybe, I mean, 350. Like, I want a really healthy, reliable power source. So if he was making 450, and he made 450 for a while, and he ran at 12 something and a quarter mile. So if we can make like a really healthy, like 350 on that, I mean, the motor's gonna be dirt cheap. And then I think what I'm gonna do is ditch almost all of the MR2 wiring and just do a full Honda harness. I mean, I'd have to merge blinkers. I don't know if this has an electric water pump to send the coolant back, or if it's all done by the motor. But there will be minute things that we have to splice in. I'll probably just throw some switches for like headlights and stuff. But I think it'd be easier because all the, like, everything on the dash, well, you can't see anything. Everything on the dash in there, I mean, we don't have climate control, we don't have radio, we don't have anything. So it'd be kind of pointless in buying the harness or trying to merge the Honda to the MR2. We're gonna just go pull an entire Honda harness in and out, and then from there we can eliminate what we need, and then we don't have to merge anything. So that's the plan for that. I think that's the next step. There isn't a whole lot left I have to do before the roll cage. I gotta take another look at it, but I just wanted to, like I said, I like this Jeep a lot and I haven't touched it, so I'm excited about that. Thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. In case you guys forgot, I don't know what I'm doing, and this is all for fun, and it might work and it might not, and that's all I could ask for. So thank you guys for watching. I do have some really exciting news for you guys. It's just all kind of in development, so stay tuned for that, I guess, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.